What is the difference between anacondas and pythons? Ever wondered which snake is the true giant of the jungle? Is it the mighty anaconda lurking in South American swamps, or the powerful python slithering through Asian forests? These two snake titans are often confused. Both are enormous, both are masterful ambush hunters, and neither has a drop of venom. But what really sets anacondas and pythons apart? How can you tell who's who in the world of big snakes? Today, we'll dive into the swampy rivers and steamy rainforests to compare anacondas versus pythons. Stick around. By the end of this journey, you'll be able to tell these amazing snakes apart with ease. Appearance and size of the giants. The green anaconda is one hefty snake. Anacondas have thick, muscular bodies that make them the heaviest snakes in the world. The most famous is the green anaconda, an olive green snake with dark oval spots running along its back. Its body can be over 12 inches across. An average adult female might be 15+ feet long, but some anacondas grow much larger. In fact, exceptionally large green anacondas can reach lengths of 26 feet or more. They're not just long, they're incredibly heavy. A giant anaconda can weigh over 550 pounds. That's as heavy as a full-grown lion. All that bulk gives anacondas a stocky, thick appearance, almost like a huge green sausage with spots. Their eyes and nose sit on top of their head, which is a clue to their lifestyle. More on that soon. The reticulated python, on the other hand, is the length champion of snakes. Pythons, like the reticulated python, have more slender bodies and a striking geometric pattern on their scales, as shown above. The term reticulated means net-like, referring to the crisscross diamond-shaped markings of yellow, brown, black, and white along its body. Reticulated pythons regularly reach 20+ feet in length, and some can grow even longer. The longest snake reliably documented was a reticulated python measuring about 32 feet, longer than a giraffe is tall. However, because they are slimmer than anacondas, pythons usually weigh less for the same length. A really big reticulated python might weigh around 220 to 330 pounds in the wild, whereas a similar length anaconda would weigh much more. Anacondas are short but much heavier, while pythons are longer and leaner. If you saw them side by side, the anaconda would look like the heavyweight wrestler, thick and robust, and the python would be the long, agile acrobat. Habitat and range. One big difference between anacondas and pythons is where they live in the world. Anacondas are only found in the New World, mainly South America. Green anacondas slither through the tropical rainforests of the Amazon and Orinoco River basins in countries like Brazil, Venezuela, and Colombia. They also inhabit swamps, marshes, and slow-moving streams, and a few have even been spotted in Trinidad and, surprisingly, as introduced pets in Florida. Anacondas are highly aquatic snakes. They love water and are awkward on land. If you imagine the Amazon's flooded wetlands and swampy areas, that's the anaconda's perfect home. Their eyes and nostrils are on top of their heads so they can hide underwater, with just a bit of their face poking out to breathe and watch for prey. This adaptation is great for ambushing animals that come to the water's edge. Because of their aquatic nature, anacondas have even earned the nickname water boas. And indeed, anacondas are a type of boa. They can hold their breath for about 10 minutes underwater and swim swiftly and stealthily. Pythons, in contrast, are found in the Old World, Africa, Asia, and Australia. The reticulated python specifically is native to Southeast Asia, living in countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Thailand. They roam a variety of habitats from thick rainforests and woodlands to grasslands, and they are quite adaptable. In some areas, reticulated pythons stay in pristine jungle, while in others, like parts of Indonesia and Singapore, they've been found living near villages and even in city sewers. Generally, Pythons prefer warm tropical environments, just like anacondas do, but pythons are more terrestrial, land-dwelling. Many pythons are good climbers. A reticulated python can firmly wrap its coils around a tree trunk and climb up using its muscles. They are also decent swimmers. A snake that long can swim, and pythons do cross rivers, but they're not as specialized for water as anacondas are. You won't catch a python lounging in a swamp all day. They're more likely to be hiding in underbrush or up in the trees waiting for prey, occasionally venturing into human-adjacent areas in search of rats or other food. Behavior and lifestyle. Both anacondas and pythons are largely solitary creatures with similar basic habitats. They spend a lot of time hiding and waiting, and then ambushing prey. However, their behaviors reflect their habitat differences. Anacondas, being swamp dwellers, are most at home in the water. They often lurk with their bodies submerged and only their eyes above the surface, patiently waiting like a crocodile for something to come close. On land, anacondas are quite slow and heavy-moving. They can only slither so fast with that bulky body, perhaps around 5 miles per hour at top speed on land, which is about a slow walking pace. But once they slip into the water, they become sleek and swift. In water, anacondas can reportedly swim at speeds up to 10 miles per hour, faster than most humans can swim. They use the water for buoyancy, which supports their weight and allows them to move more easily. An anaconda might float down a river with just its nostrils out, or coil up among roots and reeds near a riverbank. This aquatic lifestyle also provides safety and a quick escape. If threatened, an anaconda will usually dive underwater and disappear into the depths. Pythons, in contrast, spend more time on solid ground, or in the trees, and tend to be more active at night, nocturnal. The reticulated python often hunts at night, using the cover of darkness to sneak up on prey. During the day, it might rest hidden under leaves or in a burrow. Pythons are excellent at camouflage. Their patterned scales blend with the forest floor and shadows. They can also climb, and often do so to find a good hiding spot or to raid bird nests. Python's movement on land is the classic serpentine slither, and despite their size, they can be quite agile. They're not lightning-fast runners. Snakes generally aren't built for speed over distance, but a python can strike quickly and may travel surprising distances in search of food or mates. On land, a python's top speed is modest. One source estimates around 1 mile per hour, essentially a crawl. But they don't usually need to chase prey. Stealth is their strategy. Both snakes are ambush hunters by nature, meaning they lie in wait and rely on a surprise attack. They have similar sensory tools, excellent smell and heat-sensing abilities. Both anacondas and pythons flick their tongue to collect scent molecules and smell the air using their Jacobson's organ, a special sensory organ in the roof of the mouth. They can also detect the body heat of other animals using pit organs on their face. Reticulated pythons have heat-sensing pits along their upper lip scales, and anacondas, as boas, have heat sensors too, though slightly different in arrangement. These heat sensors allow them to hunt in darkness by detecting warm-blooded prey. Their eyesight is not especially good, but they can see movement. They also feel vibrations. A heavy footstep or the movement of an animal can alert them that dinner is walking by. Hunting and diet. When it comes to catching and eating prey, anacondas and pythons are amazingly alike in method. Both are constrictors. This means they subdue prey by biting and then coiling around it to give them a deadly hug. Neither snake has venom. Instead, they rely on pure muscle power. A snake will strike out lightning fast, grab the prey with its sharp backward curving teeth, and then immediately wrap several coils around the animal. They squeeze tightly, not actually crushing bones, but preventing the prey from breathing. Every time the victim exhales, the coils tighten until the heart stops and the animal suffocates. It's a very effective hunting technique for large snakes. Both anacondas and pythons have extremely flexible jaws and stretchy ligaments in their mouth, allowing them to swallow prey whole. even prey much thicker than their own head. After constricting, they will slowly work their jaws around the animal and gulp it down. They can unhinge their jaw, not literally pop it out of place, but expand it widely to accommodate big meals. There's a breathing tube in their throat that lets them breathe while swallowing. This means these snakes can eat animals much larger than you'd expect, sometimes as big as deer or pigs. Once they've had a giant meal, they might not need to eat again for weeks or even months. Despite these similarities, their typical diets can differ a bit based on where they live. Anacondas, prowling rivers and swamps, often eat semi-aquatic and land animals that come for a drink. They'll eat fish, turtles, birds, and even caimans, relatives of crocodiles, when given the chance. A favorite meal is the capybara, which is a large guinea pig-like rodent that swims. Capybaras are like a buffet for a big anaconda. Anacondas have been known to take down deer and wild pigs, and there are even reports of them catching jaguars on rare occasions. It sounds incredible, but a huge female anaconda could theoretically overpower a small jaguar if she got the drop on it. They spend a lot of time submerged, waiting for prey to come close to the water's edge, and then bam, they strike. Sometimes an anaconda will also hang out in tree branches overhanging water, dropping down on prey like a scaly trapdoor spider. Pythons, like the reticulated python, are more likely to encounter land-based prey. Reticulated pythons commonly eat rodents, civet cats, birds, and large mammals such as monkeys, pigs, and deer. In the forests of Southeast Asia, a big retic python might ambush a wild pig or a small antelope, like a muntjac, coming to a path. They've even been known to prey on domestic animals, like goats or chickens if near villages. Pythons can climb trees to raid bird nests for eggs or chicks, and they can snatch bats out of the air from cave entrances. Imagine a snake hanging down and grabbing a flying bat. It happens. In some parts of their range, these pythons help control rat populations, which is beneficial to farmers. Their diet is broad. Basically, if it's the right size and moves, a python will consider it food. Who is who? By now, we have a clear picture of the differences between anacondas and pythons. In a nutshell, anacondas are heavy, water-loving South American boas, and pythons are long, tree-climbing or ground-slithering old-world snakes that lay eggs. If you remember that, you'll always know who is who. Both anacondas and pythons are non-venomous constrictors that play vital roles in their ecosystems. They may seem scary, but they are also fascinating and important animals worthy of respect. By understanding their differences, from appearance and size to behavior and birth, we replace fear with knowledge. Next time you see a giant snake, hopefully from a safe distance or at a zoo, you can impress your friends by saying, "That's not a python, it's an anaconda. Look how thick it is and notice the color pattern."